Today is May 30th. Welcome on in to Daily Cards Live here on ClavesOnline.com. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey and Rammer. Today, the Cardinals will end their 19 straight days of having baseball. And
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I can't go on. I'm so tired. This is what you get. This is what you get when you do 18 in a row. This is what you get.
So Claves earlier today, you and I were talking yesterday about the 2 days off, about getting 2 days off in a row and how it's never happened, and you couldn't remember it. He couldn't remember a time this happened either, and he explained kind of what happened with the scheduling. So,
right.
I don't know if you've heard this or you've talked to him about it or whatever, but initially when the schedule came out, and I actually have it right there in my fridge, I have a magnetic schedule of the 2023 schedule that shows Cardinals Royals May 30th, May 31st, an off day on Monday. And I guess the Cardinals went to Major League Baseball and said, hey, we want to play a Memorial Day. It's a holiday.
Big crowd.
The Royals, big crowd. And they said, okay. And they got the 2 days off. There were actually 8 teams yesterday with the day off of on Memorial Day yesterday, which is that's terrible. That terrible. I mean, you're trying to grow the game and almost a quarter of your team, 8 of your teams are off. I mean,
it'd be better to play everybody on Memorial Day and nobody on Tuesday. That's not a good idea either, by the way, but that would be better than what they had done.
The NFL and the NBA would never, ever let a holiday like this, where they are the only, it's unbelievable that Major League Baseball looked at their schedule that a computer just spit out and looked at it and said, you know what? We're fine with those teams having the day off, instead of having it where there's nobody working and you could put 40,000 in a stadium.
Yeah, it's the Cardinals can't be the only smart ones, can they?
I would imagine that there were other teams that saw that and said, hold up now. We're not doing this. I want, and you wonder, you look around some of the schedules around baseball, like, for example, the Yankees were home this weekend against the Padres and then flew all the way out to Seattle and played on Monday. You kind of wonder, though, if the Mariners kind of looked at that and said, hey, it's the Yankees. We want the Yankees on that Monday night. We don't care. Like, you do whatever you like. Instead of giving them the day off, make it a night game. That's fine, because it was a night game last night in Seattle. And they said, you know what? It's Yankees. We want them. We need them on that holiday.
Yeah.
So
there might be some other sort of parts of the equation that we don't get. But it seems if the Cardinals could do it, why would anybody playing at home not want the crowd for a Memorial Day? I don't get it.
Yeah, so that's kind of your explanation on what happened yesterday. The Cardinals, again, tonight, they will play their final game of 19 in a row. Then they get 2 days off, a chance to reset the rotation, a chance to reset the bullpen, a chance to get guys possibly like Dylan Carlson healthy and back on the main roster before. And, we'll talk about this, Rammer, the next time we do a show, and before Friday's show. A road trip that you probably looked at back in January and you thought, that'll be an easy road trip. It's a little unconventional, Pittsburgh to Texas, but don't worry about it. No, this is going to be one of your tougher road trips, going I guess now second place Pittsburgh, and then going down to one of the best offenses in baseball in the Texas Rangers. So
no, it's worse than that, because the Rangers can pitch too. Their pitching
true.
Is good.
Yeah.
That's a good baseball team.
Yeah. Let's not put the cart in front of the horse, though, because yesterday an offensive explosion by the Royals, 7 runs, 16 hits in the game. Cardinals did not get their first hit until the 8th inning, the first base runner until the 8th inning. Former Cardinal Mike Myers went 6 perfect innings in relief after a 1-2-3 first.
After his Cardinal debut, would he give up 10 runs in like an inning? Some weird like that. I wonder what
he gave up a grand slam in the first inning, right? It was a Sunday night game against the Angels. It was at the Angels or the Dodgers, and he gave up a grand slam in the first inning.
Yeah. So I guess things are evening out now.
How is that even? Why is that? It's not like the card. He started the game. He did it. How is that even?
Well, you're always wanting to play the blame game.
This isn't Matheny bringing Waka in relief in the NLCS. I mean, that's
don't get me started.
No, that's getting even. Okay, this is hey, Mike, you want to start in the big leagues? Here's the ball. Go out there and do it. And he went out there and gives up a grand slam in the first inning. That's not getting even. He put himself in that position. God. Hey, I was out at Bootleg and Tavern today at 4501 Shoto. We talked about it. We talked about it on the air, Rammer. I said I went out to Bootleg and Bob's and did Weekend Joe. Now I've done the lunch show with Claves at this one. I said next time out, I need to take Rammer with me. And I need to do a show with Rammer from one of the bootlegging locations, and we are going to make that happen. Also on the show today, we also announced that we are in talks. We are in preliminary discussions for Second Shift to make a beverage named after Claves. So we are working on having that done as well out at Second Shift, where they sell that. They have that Third Gear Kitchen out there for bootlegging, where they're selling those pizzas each and every day. Bootleg and Tavern today, they brought us out the burn ends. They were incredible. They were so good out there at the end of the Grove at 4501 Shoto. But yeah, big news. At some point, we're working on getting it done in 2023. Claves not Claves Online, Claves on Tap, Claves on Draft. I don't know what we're going to call it, but we're going to work with them on getting something named after Claves in the mix for out at Second Shift Brewery.
Well deserved.
Cardinals and Royals tonight. Here are your bootlegging lineups for the Cardinals. Brendan Donovan leads off. He is in right field. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Nolan Gorman at second. Nolan Arenado at third. Wilson Contreras is behind the plate. Alec Burleson in left. Paul DeYoung at short. Juan Yepes DHs tonight. And Tommy Edman in center field tonight for the Cardinals. That's right. Your outfield tonight is Brendan Donovan in right, Alec Burleson in left, Tommy Edman in center, with Miles Michaelis on the mound. For the Royals, Zach Greinke makes his start. More numbers on him in just a bit. Nick Prado is in left field. Vinny Pasquantino is at first. Salvador Perez behind the plate. Bobby Witt Jr. is hitting cleanup and playing short. MJ Melendez is in right. Michael Massey DHing. Mikael Garcia is at third. Nicky Lopez, who had one heck of a game yesterday, at second. And Drew Waters is in center field. Rammer, you're shaking your head. I will let you have the floor.
I'm shocked, absolutely shocked that Mercado's not playing center field. So I guess what they're going to do is try and get a few at-bats out of, the whole lineup, third time through. And then if they have the lead, switch and put Mercado in center. Burleson comes out, Edman goes over. But that, for a team that's defense in particular in the outfield, has been okay at best because of injuries primarily. I'm not ripping any of the individuals, but you've got two infielders and a DH out there now. And so I'm shocked that Mercado doesn't start.
And that's, Claves and I were talking about that earlier too, about this. And, he mentioned kind of the plethora of outfielders that have been through the Cardinal system and have been coming through year after year after year.
Yeah.
And, he had said it kind of has come to a stop now. And I don't think that's the case. I do think they still have outfielders down in Memphis. I think they still have outfielders in the system. Dylan Carlson's hurt right now. Jordan Walker's down in AAA, and he started the season up here, and he's only 21 years old. I think this is more out of a necessity because you need to play your best hitters, and your best hitters just happen to be Paul DeYoung, Nolan Gorman, who only can play infield. So you got to put Edman and Donovan. You put them out in the corner outfielders, and you make it work.
Now tonight wouldn't be an example of why he would come up here, but with 2 more days off, taking a look and see what Nootbaar's back is like, I think it's time to bring Walker back. He's hitting a little better. In fact, he had, some would even call it an inflammatory comment regarding his swing and that he's going to go back to being himself. I thought that was really interesting. He's, he's a very smart person. And I think it's time. I think by Friday he should be up here playing left or right field.
Dylan Carlson probably will also be back on Friday. I think that looks like how it's trending over the next 3 days of rehab assignments. So
then you send out Barrera and Yepez and let's play ball.
I would say Mercado instead of Yepez, right?
Well, that's what you and the Cardinals would probably do. I don't have prospects sitting. Prospects play. If Yepez is still a prospect, then he's got to be in Memphis. You retard their. You can't set prospects, in my view.
I guess I don't view Juan Yepez as a prospect.
Well, then, okay, then there's the difference.
I kind of look. I mean, I think he's a guy that whether he's on the bench, whether he's starting for you in St. Louis, or whether he's starting for you in Memphis, he's a hitter. He's just going to hit for you, and he's going to get his swings pregame. He's going to get his swings as a pinch hitter. I don't think there is any value in his glove. So therefore, I think you know what he is going to do for you, no matter what role you put him in. Therefore, I don't view him as a pro. If he's going to start every day for you in right field or DH, then he starts for you every day.
Define a prospect, then. I don't know. I think we're talking about two completely different things. Is Walker a prospect?
Yeah, but and Walker also, though, is going to be a guy that starts for you 160 games a year, 150 games a year when he's on the roster.
So you don't think Yepez is a big league starter?
I think he can. I think Juan Yepez is a fourth outfielder. He's a DH. He's a pinch hitter. I think
Okay. In your view, he's not a prospect. In my view, he is.
Okay.
So that's the difference of where we'd send him.
Yeah, I think he's a guy that should be on your roster. I don't have a problem with him being on your roster. I think he fills multiple positions on that roster wherever you need him in that at that moment. So that's kind of how I look at that.
We just disagree on that.
Yeah. Zach Greinke starts for the Royals tonight. 39-year-old. He made his first ever appearance at Busch Stadium back in 2007. Rammer, all the way back there, came in relief and pitched an inning and a third. And since then, that's the only time he's come out of the bullpen in his years at Busch Stadium 3. He has started 10 games now at Busch Stadium. This is his 11th start at Busch Stadium in his career against the Cardinals. In his career, he has actually pitched. He has played in 22 games. This is game number 23 against the Cardinals in his big league career. Hall of Famer or not, Rammer? What do you say?
I don't have his numbers in front of me, but he's pretty darn close.
I will. I could give you those numbers as I have them right here in front of me. As I was looking at the wrong page. Here you go. His career, he has 224 wins. He has struck out 2,923.
He'll get 3,000.
He needs 77 strikeouts to get to 3,000 in his career.
At 3,000, you're automatic. It's no debate.
Yeah. So in his career, 3.44 ERA in his career. No World Series, but a 6-time Gold Glover and a 1-time All Cy Young Award winner. For Zach Greinke.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't realize the strikeout numbers, but yeah, that puts him in for me.
One of my favorite Zach Greinke stories that I have read in my in my life was a story from spring training where a guy fouled off several pitches against him, and after fouling off like 7-8 pitches, he hit the guy. He just threw it at him, and the catcher goes, "What are you doing that for?" He goes, "I didn't want to face him anymore. I just did. You know what? I didn't want." I was done with him. I was ready to work on the next batter. So
why waste any more pitches?
He's an interesting cat, Zach Greinke, and he gets to start tonight in St. Louis, possibly for the last time in his career.
I got a Greinke question for you. I have no idea what his contract says as far as trades and moving. Would you like to have him on the Cardinals right now for this year?
I have not looked. Let me look at his game logs real quick for the season.
I think his numbers would be better than any of the starting 5 or 6 guys.
This is his 12th start of the year. He is 1-5 with a 4.55 ERA. Rammer, 11 starts, 41 strikeouts.
What's his WHIP?
His whip is 1.186.
That's big time. That's the number that makes me want him on the team. Nobody on the Cardinals is close to that.
He has pitched in he has finished 6 innings only twice this year.
So he fits right in.
Yeah, so he has and as you look here, the team is 3-8 when he pitches. It's not because of him. I'm looking at the results of the game. I mean, the first 2 games of the season, Rammer, the Royals lost 2-0 and 3-0. I mean, and then 11-2. So first 3 starts of his season, he got a total of 2 runs or run supports.
What about Kyle Freeland from Colorado?
I liked him. I saw him at the World Baseball Classic, and I liked what I saw out of him there. I'd be fine with him, and then you get him out of Colorado too.
From DC, Trevor Williams.
You got a list, huh? You made your list of who you want.
And another guy that I don't think the Sox would part with, but you never know because they're going nowhere. Lucas Giolito.
Oof, I'd like that. But I'll tell you here. If the Colorado Rockies see a 314 number calling them, do they even answer?
No. They'll take their cell phone and throw it out of the press box.
We're done with you for the next decade. You got Arenado. Leave us alone. Yeah. Hey, feel-good story last night in Major League Baseball. Liam Hendriks returned to pitch an inning for the White Sox last night, 5 months after finding out that he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He is now cancer-free, and he is back on the big league club. So a really great story there. Another guy, you know what? Wouldn't mind seeing him on the Cardinals. Every story you hear about Liam Hendriks as a person is also a really, really good one. Can you trade a guy that just came back from having cancer and beat it, and then can you trade that guy 2 months later?
Yes.
Okay. All right. If you say so, then I want the Cardinals to go out and get him. That's who I want.
One more tidbit.
Yeah.
I need you through Claves, because it all goes back to Claves.
Okay.
You through Claves to get Adam Wainwright to call Andy Benes.
For what reason?
Either the split, or call somebody to learn the knuckleball.
Okay. I would imagine
he can't win with what he's doing now.
Well, speaking of Adam Wainwright, coming up on June 24th and 25th, the Cardinals will be in London. And the next time the Cardinals are home, June 9th, 10th, and 11th. On June 11th, it's the London Series bobblehead, and it will feature Adam Wainwright dressed as a traditional London guard. You can visit cardinal.com/promotions for details. The first 25,000 fans ages 16 and older will take home that bobblehead featuring Adam Wainwright dressed as a traditional London guard, a once in a lifetime collector's item for sure. And that will be available for you on June 11th. It's cardinals.com/promotions for ticket information on that. This is Daily Cards Live. We have a game in about a half an hour. And Rammer, as always, we're brought to you by Mungenast St. Louis Acura and Royal Banks of Missouri.
Royal Banks, for better service means better banking. St. Louis, East Side, St. Charles, and Northeast Missouri, all areas where you can find the friendly folks at Royal Banks of Missouri. Call them at 314-212-1500. It's Royal Banks.
We will be back with you before the Cardinals and the Pirates get after it. Cardinals have 2 days off. We'll probably take 1 day off, but Rammer also has to get back at it with two-man game. He has NBA Finals to finally preview. It'll be Nuggets and Heat, and he and Matt Rocchio will preview that. Also, you can catch Rammer on the Dr. Rick podcast this week as well. Until then, he is Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. This has been Daily Cards Live right here on ClaibsOnline.com.
At St. Louis Acura, we have over 100 new Acura models and over 160 pre-owned models in stock or on the way in May. Get 4.9% financing for up to 60 months on 2023 Acura MDXs, TLXs, Integras, and RDX models. Or get a certified rate as low as 3.49% on certified TLX and MDX models. And you can earn up to $1,500 in loyalty incentives. St. Louis Acura, better than ever for you.